Hello and welcome here to Talk FCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys, for another video today. And just before we do get started with this video, a massive thank you to every single one of you. So many comments I have had since reaching those 50,000 subscribers. It's been absolutely incredible. Obviously I wrote the message yesterday on Facebook, on Twitter and on the community section as well. I am very grateful to every single one of you, and thank you all to you for your comments upon me reaching that milestone. Like I said in yesterday's video, I want to get that Q&A and face reveal video to you on around the 15th of January. That'll be coming from the Camp Nou when I go there at the start of January for those two games that I mentioned. Some very good news with the 50,000 subscribers, an unbelievable moment, but today not so great news for Barcelona. And the thing is, I'd sort of worked my videos out. I sort of do it the night before. I decide what I'm going to do the following day, and today I was planning some videos on El Clasico mostly, and I wasn't expecting to have to do something else. But unfortunately, there has been a report, and it has now been confirmed. Atletico Madrid have officially reported Barcelona to FIFA for making an illegal approach for Antoine Griezmann recently. Now, according to reports, a lot of reports coming out in the last few weeks about our contact with Griezmann. Obviously, he's a player that we appeared to be pursuing, but now it almost seems confirmed. Atletico Madrid very unhappy. They claim that Barcelona have made an illegal approach. They've spoken with the player before they've spoken with the club, and they're very unhappy about that. And that reason is they don't feel like anything has been agreed. They don't feel like they've been informed about anything, and they believe that Barcelona have gone behind their back in talking to Griezmann, talking with his representatives. There was actually a report in a local paper very recently that Bartomeu had actually met with Griezmann's parents, discussed a move with them, so they're not happy, Atletico Madrid. They've actually reported us to FIFA, and we have to wait and see now what the next step is. Now, the reason that I bring this up is because you will see a lot of reports, and a lot of them will say that Atletico have reported Barca to FIFA, and now Barcelona could face a transfer ban. Obviously, when news like this comes out, everybody goes to the worst possible extreme. What I would say right now, with the facts that we know, with the evidence that we know about, no club really gets a transfer ban for tapping up. That's what this is in the football world, as a tapping up procedure. And to be perfectly honest with you, it goes on absolutely everywhere. It's been going on now for years upon years. We're not the only club to do it, and we're certainly not going to be the last club to do it. And right now, there's actually no concrete evidence to say that we have done it. What I will say though is, it is incompetence from our board, and it has to be said, this is not a one-off occurrence, and that is what's worrying for me, the fact that this has been going on now for far too long. We've got Atletico Madrid this week who've actually taken us to FIFA over this Griezmann approach, and of course a few weeks ago Gremio actually threatened to do exactly the same thing over our dealing with Arthur. We have to start sorting out the way we go about business, because right now the way the board go about things, it's not good enough. It's not professional. It's not good to deal with the clubs in this manner, because you know what it's going to be like if you go in for a player and you talk with them before you talk with the club, and if you annoy that club, they're just going to ask for more money. They're going to try and extort you for what you're going for, especially if you agree something beforehand with a player. Then you feel obligated to go to the club then and actually match their valuation, and it just seems crazy to me. In any way of life, in any way of business, you don't really mess around with the person you want to buy something from. You want to treat them with respect, you want to do things above board, and I think the board right now have got to get their heads straight. They've got to get something going on. They've got to get a plan sorted out about the way they sign players, because right now the way we dealt with Arthur was very unprofessional. We went out there, we scouted him, then Robert Fernandez, you know, our sporting director, is pictured with Arthur with a Barcelona shirt which we'd given him. Again, we hadn't spoken at all with Gremio, and they were very annoyed about that. And even in that transfer, we were very lucky they didn't actually go to FIFA. They didn't take it any further. They threatened to do it, but luckily Barcelona apologised and things are sorted out. But again, no deal has been done for Arthur. Clearly, bridges have still got to be built there. And now with Atletico Madrid, with Griezmann, Atletico Madrid have gone one step further. They are going to report us to FIFA, and we're going to have to see what the consequences are. We're going to have to wait and see exactly what Atletico Madrid's evidence is, that obviously things have been going on behind their back. Right now, the sports papers in Spain believe that it was all because of an interview last week with our institutional relations officer, Guillermo Amor. Now, he was in an interview last week. He was asked a number of questions. He was specifically asked in that interview about Antoine Griezmann, and he was asked whether any talks had taken place. Now, his exact answer was the following. He said, "It's what Mundo Deportivo have said, so maybe it's possible. Maybe there's a meeting and things have been advanced, but I don't know." He didn't actually confirm there had been talks. He didn't actually say, "We have been speaking with Griezmann, something is agreed." He basically said, "There's been a report in Mundo Deportivo. It might be true, it might not be, there might have been talks." But I still think he could have handled that better. He's leading them to believe there that things had gone on, and that's not what you want to do. You don't want to play games in the transfer window, especially with things like this, because you know what FIFA are like. They used us as a big flagship. They used us as a big example with the whole underage thing, underage players. They banned us, then they banned Atletico, then they banned Real Madrid, but their bans got shortened and Real Madrid's got completely wiped out. So it's important for us to remember, when you're dealing with FIFA, when you're dealing with regulations like this, don't mess around, because they will be the first to come down hard on us. They have absolutely zero tolerance with Barcelona, and we need to be careful about that. However, in that interview then, Amor did go on to say, rumours are inevitable in football. In the case of Griezmann, there are a lot of players we could be talking with right now, initiating some kind of relationship if there's an opportunity. Again, he's there admitting almost that they're talking with him. You don't want to do that, because obviously earlier on in the week there was a report that we'd actually agreed a deal with Atletico. Next summer his release clause is 100 million euros, and apparently we're not even going to pay that release clause. According to reports, we'd actually agreed a deal with Atletico to sign him for roughly the same figure, but without all the red tape. Clearly now that was absolutely not true. Atletico Madrid, from where they're standing, it looks like nothing has been agreed. Nothing at all has been agreed. But what this does tell us is we are genuinely interested in Antoine Griezmann, and that is a very big thing indeed. He's going to be a big signing next summer. We're certainly going to go after him. Obviously he's been in the headlines recently for the picture that he posted on social media. That did not go down well at all. That was very unprofessional. So it's going to be interesting to see how things work out. What I would say though about Griezmann is, where exactly is he going to fit in the team? He is a La Liga goal scorer. He's somebody that will definitely add to our attacking prowess, but I don't really see right now exactly where he fits in. Suarez and Griezmann cannot play together. They will not be in the same team together if Messi and Dembele are in that front three as well. It's going to have to be Dembele, Messi and Griezmann, and that would then mean Luis Suarez missing out. And Suarez actually asked about Griezmann earlier on this week, and he specifically said he didn't think that Griezmann would come in and take his place. But I think, looking at it, certainly if Griezmann was to join Barcelona, he would be coming instead of Suarez. Whether it would mean Suarez leaving, I'm not so sure. I still think Suarez is very likely to stay for at least another year, so maybe then those two would interchange in positions. I've said for a long time now, we definitely need to start thinking about the future. I don't think Suarez should move on. I still think Suarez has got an awful lot of quality, and you've seen that in recent weeks, so I don't think we should move him on. But I do think if Griezmann comes in, we're certainly looking to the future. Although he's not, a youngster, he's certainly coming in at the peak of his career. He could be very similar to when Suarez came in the fact that he'll give everything in the years that he's had, but he wouldn't be here a very long time. So it's going to be very interesting to see how things work out. Obviously, we've gone about this once again in the completely wrong way. Atletico Madrid are very, very paranoid about this transfer. What I would say though, like I said at the start of the video, this goes on a lot, and Atletico Madrid can't exactly stand there and say they're completely clean of this. You think about Vitolo, you think about Diego Costa, players that will be joining the club in January. Vitolo paid his own release clause in the summer, likely the money of Atletico Madrid. He then went to Las Palmas on loan, and he will join Atletico Madrid in January. And it's believed that before that transfer went through, Atletico Madrid were talking with Vitolo behind Sevilla's back. So it all comes around the same sort of thing really. Clubs will go and talk with the players. Very, very often than not, deals won't be agreed with the clubs, but things just end up happening. It seems in this case though, Atletico Madrid apparently believe that Barcelona have gone down this road of talking with Griezmann simply to distract them. Obviously Atletico Madrid second in the table right now, and they don't want us stealing one of their star players and certainly unbalancing their squad. And like I say, I really didn't expect to be doing this kind of video today. Obviously we've been rumoured with Griezmann now for a number of weeks, but Atletico Madrid have officially made that complaint to FIFA, so we're going to have to wait and see what the outcome is, what FIFA make of it, and exactly what steps we take now. Will Griezmann be off the table? Will we still go for him? Will it make us even more determined to sign him in the summer? That remains to be seen. But what we need to do is start doing things properly. Start doing things by the book. Don't leave yourself open to these kind of situations, because it's unnecessary. The chances are, if we paid the money, we've got the wages, we've agreed with the player, we can agree with the club, we got the money to do it, you can agree a deal with Griezmann without going behind their back. There was no need to break the rules here for the sake of what could happen. I don't think a transfer ban is on the horizon. I don't think it'll get that far. I think this is just a warning shot from Atletico Madrid. They don't want us snooping around Griezmann in the middle of their season. I think at the end of the season, before the World Cup, maybe talks will take place, maybe then we'll try and agree something, but right now Atletico Madrid don't want us anywhere near him. They don't want us distracting their squad, especially when they are definitely in the title race right now. So as always guys, in a situation like this, I'm very interested to hear your point of view. What do you think of the whole Griezmann saga? And that's what it is now, a Griezmann saga. What do you think will happen with FIFA? What sort of punishment do you think they might give us on this? And how far do you think we could go? Do you think we'll end up signing Griezmann in the summer? And if we do, where exactly do you see him fitting in our team in the years to come? So let me know your thoughts down below guys. I will see you very soon with more videos. I've got an El Clasico video coming up after this one today. I'll see you then, but until then, as always, Vasca, el Barça.
Barça! Barça!